A sport can change from one day to another with simple things as transfers, crashes or even entertaining moments. Today we are revising how F1's history would have changed if Jules Bianchi didn't pass away at the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix, where an aquaplaning made him lose control of his Marussia and crash into a cart crane that was removing Adrian Sutil's Sauber. This is where it all started. The race would have been postponed to Monday, since the storm that visited the Suzuka International Circuit, meaning that we had a thrilling race during all the 53 laps, where Hamilton took the win. Lewis Hamilton won the title that year as in real life. Ferrari was surprised with Jules' talent, promoting him to Sauber, taking also points finishes in Australia, Monaco, Austria, Singapore, Russia and USA, beating Felipe Nasr that year as Jules finished 11th at the end of the 2015 season. Lewis Hamilton won his third championship that year in the USA. Sauber's performance went down through the pack, but still Jules managed to take 5 points that year, beating Manor and Nasr again. Rosberg finally took the crown, beating Lewis Hamilton at his third opportunity. It was time to get promoted to Ferrari for Jules Bianchi, as he finally got a 3-year contract with the Scuderia as he amazed all the fans with his pure talent on his Marussia and Sauber years, and he came with all the motivation to beat Sebastian Vettel, as Ferrari fired Kimi Räikkönen, making him rejoin his first F1 team ever, as Kimi was back at Sauber. The first races were difficult for the French driver, as he struggled to get adapted to the SF70H, but with some races on, as the mid-season came, we had 3 drivers being championship contenders, both Ferraris and Lewis Hamilton. At the end, Ferrari's pace dropped down a bit, meaning Mercedes got a slight advantage and secured the World Drivers' Championship in Brazil. His best racing friends took the F2 championship a year later, meaning Charles Leclerc debuted at the F1 2018 season with Sauber, as both were Ferrari's Young Drivers Academy drivers. It was Jules' year, as he started this season with a bang, with 4 consecutive wins at the start, and again, Vettel and Hamilton closed Jules' advantage, with another 3 championship contenders again. Vettel dropped out of the title fight since Germany, where he crashed at the lead and Jules took the win in an epic style under the rain with just 0.2 of gap from Hamilton. Hamilton kept closing the gap to Jules, at the point where both drivers were tied of points before Singapore. Lewis managed to keep the title fight until the last round in Abu Dhabi, but Mercedes' efforts were not enough to beat the French driver. Jules Bianchi got crowned as the 2018 champion in style, as he got his first crown that year. Ferrari's performance dropped down this year, with Mercedes beating them with 6 1-2 finishes at the start of the season. Jules won 5 races, meaning he finished 3rd that year. Hamilton won the championship that year. Ferrari's relationship with Sebastian Vettel was toxic, so the German driver left the team, meaning Charles Leclerc got promoted to Ferrari, but with a penalized engine. Ferrari's car was a disaster that year, but in amazing races like Monza, where Hamilton got a penalty, a red flag starred that race, Jules Bianchi was able to hold Gasly and Sainz at the last laps of the Italian GP, winning at Ferrari's home, and Bianchi was consolidated as a Ferrari idol. Hamilton won his most overwhelming season, taking his 6th title. As you saw, if Jules didn't have that crash, a lot of F1's history changed, with Räikkönen going back to Sauber a lot earlier, with Leclerc getting promoted to Ferrari a lot later, and Jules taking his crown in 2018. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Thanks.